Hello, everybody. The Warm here, back with some more 999. And I have questions. I have many questions. Many about the story, but also mechanically, I have some questions. And in particular, seeing as we're getting to the point, there's still a one route I kind of have to do. I have to go through 8, and then I have to go through 6, I believe. So I'm going to be doing that, I believe, next. But I do have a question, and if there's anyone out there who knows and then would we be willing to let me know, I would very much appreciate it. So I've been thinking about this for a while. Let's say I go to this route here. I go down 4 and I'm in the second class cabins. And let's say I there's a brief conversation that you can have with Santa. And in that conversation, you have the choice, I should say, you have the choice to take a bookmark from him. Now, I do not know if that's important or not. This is just an example, okay? Let's say that's important for whatever reason. I don't know if it's important, but let's say that that's a decision that will have some sort of consequence later on. If I choose to take the bookmark, and then after taking the bookmark, if I were to say jump ahead, would the game keep track of that decision? Because or would I have to finish the escape room first to jump forward and have that be my decision? I want to know mechanically how that whole jumping system works, because we're getting to the point where now I've pretty much done all the routes. I've got one more main branch to go down. But after that, I'm going to have to probably jump around and make, the right decisions, so to speak, in order to get to the other endings. And so, in order to do that, I don't really want to have to do the escape rooms every time. I understand there are some I have to do to, like, go back to that example. Say I want to get the bookmark or what have you. So, but if it's just the escape room, I don't necessarily want to do it again. If I have to, I'll probably just like pause the recording, do the escape room, and then start it up again. So just so you don't have to sit through that. But just for my own sake, is that possible? So back to the question itself: is it possible to make a decision and then skip forward? Will that decision be remembered by the game or not? Yeah, I think that's it. Um, yeah, because that's going to decide whether or not I skip through all of this, or it's basically this is a time saving measure is what I'm going for. Um, so let's just I'm gonna test out my theory. I don't know if it probably won't work, but I'm just gonna do what I said. I'm gonna like skip to the second class cabins because I think that's the first time we make a decision where something's actually different. Maybe, but we have this symbol here, and I don't know, but I'm just gonna skip ahead because I don't want to do all this crazy stuff again. Not crazy stuff, all the intro stuff. Um, I don't think there's a decision in the kitchen. Um, So let's try it. I'm going to try jumping ahead for the first time. Can I? Oh, am I not? Oh? Oh, wait. Do I just have to... I see. Oh, look at this. Okay, so there's... Am I recording, by the way? Looks like it. Map of the ship, match, picture, plate on the shelf. That's interesting. So... Let's go here. Plate on a shelf. I think that was when it happened.
Junpei, you got a minute?
Yeah, so... Okay. Yeah. And I think we can just start skipping. But I am curious... Well... I'm curious about what not taking it does, actually. Now that I'm kind of more okay with skipping around, I'm kind of curious about what not taking it would sound like. Just for the sake of trying things out, I'm gonna just see.
Thanks, but no thanks. It's kind of weird to be getting presents from another dude, you know?
Well, that's a kind of silly response, but... Santa's eyebrows went up. Apparently, I hadn't thought of that.
I guess you do have a point. I won't force it on you. Sure you don't want it?
This is interesting. They're giving us a second option to take it. I don't want it.
Yeah, I don't want it. Why don't you give it to Lotus?
Oh, good idea. Will do.
He's gonna turn head off in the other room.
Hey, you old bag. I just found the perfect thing for a woman in her 40s.
He walked into the next room, waving the bookmark. Junpei turned back to his work. What, do you have a death wish, Santa? I heard the faint sound of the other sound breaking.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pretend I didn't hear that.
Junpei returned to search with renewed vigor. Oh, interesting. So wait, where am I now? I can't go back. So what does that mean? Huh. So maybe it keeps track? You know what? I'm curious about this other conversation we had too. There was a conversation we had in here that we missed before. Oh? We didn't get it. Is it this one? Okay, so let's actually listen to this. Yeah, at the time I thought it was weird we have this conversation when we're, freezing to death, but yeah.
It is kind of weird.
June answered.
But it can turn into a liquid. Carbon dioxide turns to liquid if you put it under high enough pressure. But at 1 atmosphere, normal air pressure...
It won't turn into a liquid, right?
That's right. Instead of melting, it'll do what's called sublimating and change immediately from a solid state to a gaseous one.
See, that is weird. Water's a liquid between 32 degrees and 212 degrees. So why isn't that the case for carbon dioxide?
June replied with an answer that stunned both of them.
There's a kind of ice that doesn't turn into liquid when it goes above 32 degrees.
Huh?
I heard about it. Its melting point is 96 degrees.
Ice with a melting point of 96 degrees?
You mean there's water that freezes at 96 degrees?
Yeah, well, you could also look at it as ice that won't melt until it's 96 degrees.
Water that freezes at 96 degrees? Ice that won't melt until it's 96 degrees? It is bold lettering here. This is very important, I guess. Junpei was cold as hell, but this was too interesting to ignore. He did his best to warm up by rubbing his arms and stamping his feet, then put the question to June.
So what's this ice with a melting point of 96 degrees called?
I heard it's called Ice 9.
Ice 9, huh?
Ice 9?
Originally, Ice 9 was a made-up substance invented by a science fiction author. But recently, scientists have discovered that such a substance actually exists.
Wait, hold up. So is this thing called Ice 9, or is it water?
Like I said, if the ice is over 96 degrees, it'll be liquid. If it's under that, it'll solidify. So you could think of it as a polymorph of H2O. Here, think of it like diamonds and graphite. They're both made of carbon, right? But depending on the structure of the crystallization, the hardness and structure are completely different.
So you're saying normal water and this Ice 9 are like that?
Yup.
She wasn't finished.
Have you heard the story about the crystallization of glycerin?
No.
For 150 years after the discovery of glycerin, people cooled it, warmed it. They did all sorts of things to it, but whatever they did, it never crystallized. However, one day in 1920, some glycerin on its way to England by ship was discovered to have crystallized during the trip. Scientists around the world wanted to research this new crystallized form of glycerin and asked for seeds. Oh, a seed is a sample of the original crystallized substance. With a seed crystal, further crystallization of glycerin would be easy. However, something very strange happened. Not only did the glycerin encouraged by seed crystals begin to crystallize, even the samples nearby did, even though they were tightly sealed. And it didn't end there. After that day, it doesn't matter where in the world it is. All glycerin crystallizes naturally when cooled to less than 64 degrees. Before that day, no matter how glycerin was cooled, it refused to crystallize. But once the crystallization had begun, it was almost like... how do I put it? It was almost like all the glycerin in the world was communicating.
Spooky.
Communicating in some way that we can't sense. And now it's happening everywhere.
Junpei. Ooh, this is an interesting choice. Sure, I'm impressed. I was honestly impressed. It was, in fact, a pretty interesting story.
Wow, that's pretty interesting. But, what does that have to do with Ice 9?
To his surprise, it was Santa and not June who answered.
What she's saying is that it's a lot like Ice 9. What happened, I mean.
A lot like? Oh, that would be bad. If water everywhere started freezing at 96 degrees, man.
It'd be the end of the world.
Junpei felt Santa might not be treating the idea of the end of the world with a proper concern.
At any rate, we're not gonna have to worry about the end of the world unless we can get out of here pretty damn quick.
He was right. Junpei shivered.
Alright, guys, I think that's enough of that. I didn't think we'd get quite this far off topic. I mean, I know I'm kinda at fault here, but we can't be screwing around anymore. So seriously, I might go by the name Santa right now, but I didn't grow up in Iceland. I freaking hate the cold. So let's get cracking, alright? We gotta find a way out of here.
Santa stopped off, clearly doing his best to pretend the cold wasn't affecting
Selfish, isn't he?
Still, Santa was right. It was high time they get back to their
Ice 9 is
search.
interesting and all, but we can discuss it more once we get out of this freezer.
Yeah, I'm not scientifically inclined, so to speak. So I've never heard this story, so I have no idea what the facts of the matter here regarding Ice Nine or glycerin or any of that sort of stuff is. So I mean, speaking as someone who's never heard of any of this stuff before, it sounds interesting, surely. Junpei looked at June, nodded, and resumed his search of the room. Interesting, interesting. Huh. Yeah, so I'm definitely curious if the choices we're making here actually matter. Or, not that they matter. I'm sure some of the choices matter. Whether or not using this sort of flow chart, if the choices are kept the same. Like, there's this green line now, but it looks like we have the option to go back. Oh, hang on, look at this. This is now an X. This was previously... I guess it's locked now. This was previously unlocked. What if let's experiment. Let's experiment with this.
Hey, Junpei.
Let's go. Don't take it. And you know what? I think I'll take it, Santa. Santa wanted to have it that much. Junpei couldn't see the harm in taking
Actually,
it.
I guess I'll take it.
Jeez, just make up your mind, all right?
Before Junpei could change his mind again, Santa shoved the bookmark in his hand.
Okay.
Took it clumsily and stuffed it into the inside pocket of his vest.
Oh, man, I feel a lot better now.
Is this the same now? Yeah, it is. You like the stock
You mean
market?
like the stock market?
Nah, that's not what I mean. Why the hell would you think that? I mean, yeah, I do stocks too, but...
This last statement, more or less thrown away by Santa, caught Junpei very much by
A
surprise.
stockbroker?
Yeah, got a problem with that?
Stockbroker, huh?
No, you don't look like the type.
Yeah, I don't imagine stockbrokers usually wearing what are the strips of cloth around.
Man, that stuff's just like gambling, you know? All you gotta do is bet on the winning horse. Nothing that hard about it.
You sure sound pretty confident. So, are you betting on winning horses?
Of course I am. You remember a couple years back when the stock for Cradle Pharmaceuticals shot through the roof?
Ooh. What about Cradle Pharmaceuticals, Santa?
Stacked a few bills over that, if I do say so myself.
Did you really?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh, was all Junpei could think about. Never even heard of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Fortunately, he was saved quickly from further
Hey,
embarrassment.
how long are you gonna stand around wasting time? Stop screwing around.
Who was screeching them from the other room was unmistakably Lotus's. Junpei and Santa looked at each
The
Looked at
lady
each other.
has spoken.
Santa sighed.
We better get back to work before we really piss her off. I don't want her beating me up.
And with that, Santa walked in
Hey,
slowly.
wait! We weren't done!
Started with Santa, intended to catch him breath. Disappeared from the next room, blocking his path. Her posture suggested she would
Okay, I'll get back to work. Damn it.
Her glare suggested that interest would have been pleasant for enjoying himself under brilliant active search. No. Still locked, huh? Mm-hmm. But that's something to write down. Let's made money off. Let's just do let's just do Cradle. Made money off Cradle investments. But that's something. So Santa knows about Cradle Pharmaceuticals, huh? I'm assuming I want things to be unlocked, right? Rather than locked? I don't think there were any choices to be made in these rooms. Let's see if I go down this path. Let's just skip forward. So, I watched, what is it, the new, what was it, Cyberpunk Edgerunner show. Has anyone else watched that? Pretty dang good show. I enjoyed it a lot. Very, what would you say, adult show. But, you know, that's kind of the territory you're getting involved with. But yeah, I just started watching it, and then I couldn't stop. It was pretty enthralling, I gotta say. Ended well, I thought. And it's pretty cool because pretty much all of the characters I enjoyed in that show, which is somewhat surprising to me. I wonder if this is something I should skip in the recording. Are you gonna send me back to the... I'm curious, so far when I finished those little scenes, it sent me back to the flow chart, is it? So I'm wondering, if this scene gets finished, am I going to get sent back there again, or no? Is that only for the escape room scenes?
We should go check out that hallway with all
Actually,
the rooms.
wait, can I check it from here? No, hang on. Stop. Okay. Look at this. Look at this. It's unlocked. A key is unlocked. What does that mean exactly? Is that because... Is this from my last playthrough? Is that because we went down this way? What is it? What is it that's unlocked? Is it the lockbox? This is where I really needed to have written down what we found in which room. Oh, dang it! Because now I don't want to replay the escape rooms, but I don't remember which keys we found where. So obviously, something is in this line here that gets us this symbol to be unlocked.
Okay, let's go.
Oh,
Yeah,
why
let's
don't we
let
just
AC
leave
in it.
this area to Abe?
I don't mind, but
Well, why don't we go back?
We can just... We're gonna walk away without saying anything.
Jumpy?
No,
Finish searching.
I can't say I agree with you, but
At least one thing we've learned is at least that Santa knows about Cradle Pharmaceuticals. That's pretty big. Okay, so the fact that I can use the flow chart and I can just kind of go back and forth and see what, whether things unlock or not, that'll make the figuring things out much easier, I think. Let's do door 8.
I think I'm gonna go with door 8.
Okay, 8 it is.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no,
All right, then.
I think I
that
want...
means June's got to go through 7.
What?
Wait,
What?
I misremembered, I think. Yeah, I did misremember. Oops. Ooh, but look at this. Look. Ooh, so maybe 8's the one you gotta do? Seven is what I want to do.
I think I'm gonna go with door 7.
Okay, 7 it is.
Yeah.
All right, then. That means June's got to go through 8.
What?
What?
Santa Grimace to mutter English to himself. How
If
to
6 of us are going to keep going without leaving anyone behind, there are only 3 ways we can do it. Have 3, 5, and 8 go through 7.
Okay.
And 4, 5, and 7 go through 7. And 3, 6, and 8 go through 8.
Let's
Or
see.
3, 6, and 7 go through 7. And 4, 5, and 8 get 8. There are no other combinations. In other words, 3 and 4 and 7 and 8 can never go through the same doors. You get it now?
Santa finished. Return. Look over to him. Tears welling up.
Oh no.
Her eyes.
You're saying we aren't gonna see each other again for a long time.
Junpei felt just as June did. He wanted to be at her side through whatever trials they were protecting. Yes. Look at that. So it might be door 8's the I'm seeing something here. It looks like gotta go this way, then we gotta go this way. But even if they were to survive, he had to swallow his feelings. One for 6 and 4. So I guess. What is this? So does that mean you gotta make the right decision, as in which split you gotta make? But there's 2 of them here. What does that mean? He just separated. He looked scared to lose her, but he swallowed, stood as Robin.
Hey,
Just a
come
smile.
on. You're making it sound like we're never gonna see each other again. We gotta split up, but only for a while. This is just like when we went into the 4 and 5 doors, remember? We got split up then too, but we all met back up. I'll bet 7 and 8 are just like that.
You mean they're connected somewhere?
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
She didn't sound very hopeful. It was 7 that interjected.
I'm sure they're gonna connect somewhere.
Why? What makes you think so?
If they don't, then neither team can get through door 9. In other words, the game would end right here. Zero's been on top of his shit so far. I don't think he'd blow it now. I'm damn sure that son of a bitch wants to have his fun as long as possible. He's not gonna end this game until we get through the 9 door.
Although, in the one playthrough that we did where we did this one here, we never got through the 9 door and it was ended, you know? So I wonder what the circumstances were here. I think maybe in this line here, someone went through the 9 door, and that's how they eventually were able to get to the sub. But I don't think anyone did in this line here. Or maybe, no. Clover wouldn't have been able to by herself. We know she disappeared at one point, but... The tears were gone, but her eyes were still sad as they looked at Junpei. He met them, and with what reassurance she could manage, laid his hand gently on her
Everything's gonna be
shoulder.
fine. We're gonna see each other again. I promise.
June bit her lip and gave him an almost imperceptible
Yes.
nod.
Promise?
Her voice was barely above a whisper. Santa's voice shadowed the moment.
You guys are done, right?
He stretched and continued.
Anyway, that's pretty much it. Clover and I will both go into separate groups. I figure I'll take 8 and Clover can take 7. Any problems with that, Clover?
Wait, what? Santa take 8, Clover takes 7. Huh, so we're still with Clover.
Whatever.
It's more of a dismissal than an agreement, but Santa didn't seem to care.
All right, we're ready to go then. Let's move.
At Santa's command, the group split and headed for their respective doors. Clover 7 and Junpei walked toward door 7. Santa, Lotus, and June headed for door 8. For a long moment, they stood in front of the door. Seven took a deep breath.
You guys ready?
As I'll ever be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go.
It's open.
A narrow hallway stretched out before them. Seven and Clover leapt through the door.
Let's do this!
Hurry!
The moment they did, their bracelets beeped. Detonators in their bracelets had been activated. Junpei stepped forward to follow them. But as he was about to step over the threshold, he stopped. He looked to his right, toward door 8. June stood there, a mirror image of Junpei. She turned and looked toward him. Their eyes met. They nodded.
June.
Jumpy.
Their farewell took almost 1.5 seconds.
What the hell are you doing, Junpei?
Then someone took hold of Junpei's arms and hauled him bodily through the door. He heard the sound of the numbered door slam shut behind him. His bracelet gave a cold electronic beep.
Only 81 seconds left! No time to waste, guys! Let's get moving!
Seven led the way down the hallway. Junpei and Clover, it's right there. Junpei and the Clover followed him as fast as they could. After what seemed like far more than 81 seconds, they reached the end of the hallway.
Look! The door on the left! I can see the dead!
There was no time to rest or catch their breath. All three slammed their hands in quick succession over the scanner panel on the dead. Ooh, didn't read that right. Bam! We got it. Still trying to catch his breath, Seven leaned heavily against the wall.
It stopped. It stopped.
His smile seemed forced and a little crooked.
This is the second time we've gone through one of these numbered doors, but... whew, you never really get used to it.
He stood up straight, no longer out of breath, and wiped some of the sweat from his head and neck. Clover smirked at him.
I would have thought a guy your size would have bigger balls than that.
Ooh. Yeah, when Clover's not, in the throes of despair, she's quite the little firebrand.
What? What the hell did you just say? Say it again! I dare you!
You have no...
You little... You wanna die?
Whoa, Seven.
I'd like to see you try.
This is escalating very quickly.
Fucking brat, alright, let's go!
Hey, calm down, guys. This isn't the time for this. It's not gonna do us any good.
This is a strange interaction. I don't know what I was expecting of having them together, but I'm not sure it was this.
Gosh.
Junpei sighed. I guess I'm just surprised Seven went immediately to deathmatch. Sometimes he wondered if the doors and the puzzles were really the greatest challenge they faced.
Wait here for a minute, all right? I'm gonna go see if there are any other doors.
They didn't respond, but Junpei wasn't in the mood for conversation anyway.
We just came through this door. And of course it's shut tight.
There's a short hallway on the left here, and an iron wall. I doubt I can get through it.
At last, he gave up and returned to Seven, who was tapping lightly on the wooden door.
This door's the only option we've got, right?
Yeah, looks like it.
Hey, something's written on the door.
Where?
On that iron plate.
I don't see it.
It says operating room.
Oh.
If this thing's telling the truth, there could be body parts inside here.
Ooh.
Well, this is probably not going to be pleasant.
Something about it made Junpei feel nervous.
Well, there's no point to standing around. Might as well go in and see what's waiting for us.
Seven grabbed the brass knob and slowly opened the door. The creak of the hinge sounded like a groan of an old woman.
What's wrong?
No, it's nothing.
A chill snaked its way down Junpei's spine.
Let's just go.
Quickly, he gathered what courage he could and took the first step into the room. Seven followed, with Clover right behind him.
Huh?
Part of the room just past the door was obscured by a screen.
What the hell is this?
Why don't we take a look?
Hey, Clover!
Clover's curiosity got the better of her, and she darted past Junpei to peer around the screen. Her scream nearly blew out Junpei's eardrums.
Clover!
He and Seven ran toward Clover to see what had frightened her.
Hey, what's wrong?
They rounded the screen, and the cause of her outburst was immediately clear.
What the hell is this?
Oh, it's just a doll. Come on.
Is this a corpse?
Or a dummy, I guess. It was something that looked kind of like a human lying across some sort of bed. No, not a bed, an operating table. The table sat on a rusty steel lift, and the cluster of bright operating lights shone down on it from the ceiling.
We should probably take a closer look.
Yeah.
Slowly, they approached. As they got closer to the body, it became clear that it wasn't a body at all.
This is...
What the hell? That's just a huge doll or something.
Doll?
Clover did not look terribly comforted. Slowly, she approached the operating table and looked as intently as possible, from as far as possible, at the thing. Junpei could see her relax.
You're right. It's only a doll. Man, it really scared me.
She heaved a great sigh of relief and wiped a few drops of sweat from her forehead. Seven smirked.
Well, I guess it would have been weird if you actually had any balls.
Shut it! Don't you start with me, fatty.
Oh, what's this? You want a piece of me, short stuff?
Can we not kill each other, please?
Yeah, bring it on, you whale!
Hey, guys, not again, okay? Seriously, knock it off. Jeez. Anyway, it looks like he's got
Man.
something the two of you could stand.
Imagine
Do you remember when we were going down this path, and I think it was through this door. It was Seven, Lotus, and Clover. Can you imagine those three together? Oh, I'm surprised they weren't immediately all killing each other. I'm talking about a heart.
Well, of course, by that point, Clover was in shell shock over the death of Snake, so not as much.
Huh? Oh, this? You mean on his chest?
Yeah.
It was set a little higher than normal for a human body, but from the shape of the organ, there could be no doubt that it was a heart.
Why would there be a heart in a doll?
Well, my first assumption is this is meant to be some sort of, an example for a class or something.
I don't think it's a doll.
You think maybe it's like a medical mannequin or
Yeah,
something?
something like that.
Or maybe it's got more personal uses?
Oh, come on, Seven. Seven's grin was more than a little perverted. Clover glared at him.
Anyway, how about we take a look around this place? Let's go.
Okay.
Sure thing.
Seek a way out. Operating room. You know what? I think I'm actually gonna call it here for the day. Yeah, I'm gonna call it. So one thing I learned is that I can tell what becomes locked or unlocked based on which route I choose in the flow chart. But I think I still do want an answer for, like the lock and unlock. I can just find that out through trial and error. But I still am curious for, like, the example with the bookmark, because that's a choice made within the route itself, not necessarily. Well, it's hard to say if that locked key denotes quote-unquote correct route or not. So yeah, so I can figure out which route causes which symbol to change. But I'd still like to know if the flow chart thing keeps track of decisions made within those routes, so to speak. Based on what I've done thus far, I'm gonna say yes, but I would like to know, like, a definitive answer for that. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so I guess I'm glad to know that choosing the different routes show a change in the symbol, but on the other hand, I feel kinda that's almost like cheating, because now you could just sort of do it based on trial and error, which kinda, but, you know, I guess I have to see sort of the whole thing first before I can really tell how much you're supposed to be able to get on your own versus not, I guess. Okay, in any case, I've been the Warp. This has been 999. Hope you're all doing well, and next time we will finally get back into new content, and hopefully, we obviously won't finish the whole next playthrough next time, but hopefully we'll make some good progress, so hope you're doing well.